Alright, now I'm completely out of combat, so now I can go, right? Neon. Jesus Christ, I botched that so bad, but hey, at least I have this non-lethal thing to take out people. Because it would have been a bloodbath if I didn't have this thing. It able to take out people in like 2 shots, so that's good. And they weren't throwing everyone they had at me. So I don't know if they're gonna be pissed because everyone was alerted, but no one died. So that's a win. But yeah, this thing only works once, and then after that, it doesn't work again, which sucks.
I've yet to hear anything of note on SSNN. Let's hear your report.
Not a single hitch. David Barron should be running the story. I'm sure the story of the year.
Good. David won't be able to resist a story like this.
Yep, not a
He'll
single
do some
hitch.
preliminary confirmations, which will be enough to get the broadcast out to the public. And how did the neuroamp perform?
I never had a use. I wasn't about to use it to force people to do. I never had to use it. Yeah, I really didn't even have to use it.
That's unfortunate. Although a true testament to your skills as an operative, I can see how relying on such technology may not be for everyone. So now it's just a waiting game for SSNN to break the news. Once the story airs, we have another board meeting scheduled to decide how to handle Infinity. Go ahead, Maeve.
The SSNN broadcast has started. Shall I patch it through?
Yes, thank you.
Infinity Ltd. and Lucas Drexler are currently under investigation for a number of violations, including murder for hire, unauthorized human trials, and corporate theft. Authorities representing the UC and the Freestar Collective have been dispatched to a consolidated mining station and the clinic. Both locations are believed to hold numerous victims. Drexler's motivation appears to be an attempt to launch a new product based off stolen information from a competitor. The details on the project itself have yet to be confirmed, but it's believed that Masako Imada, CEO of Ryujin Industries, may be involved. A series of communications between Drexler and Imada were discovered, where she encouraged Drexler to ignore approval guidelines for human trials.
She looks at me like, what the hell is going on?
Impossible. You set me up.
I had nothing to do this for... I did it for the future. I had nothing to do it. For all I know, it's the truth.
You expect me to believe you're simply an unwilling pawn in this?
Believe it or not, it pains me that you doubt my word. Don't blame me for your own failure. Someone has it out for you, but it's not me.
We'll find out soon enough. Assuming I know exactly how this situation came about, I have only a few things to say. Should Ularu run this company, the reputation of Ryujin Industries will change dramatically. Her unchecked tactics will be heavy-handed, involving murder without question of both the innocent and the guilty. Ryujin may gain financial success, but the percentage is not worth the real cost.
The human lives. It's going to be good for Ryujin. The company will lie. Let's see. Demand.
Fine. I'll see to it you get the credits.
It should be
We'll be voting
100,000.
on the fate of Infinity Ltd. And now I also assume my position is at stake. It's very important we receive at least half the vote on both issues. The CEO rules in the event of a tie. I need you to use everything in your power to convince them. And that includes using the internal neuroamp.
If they don't agree, I'll make sure to listen. I'm not gonna use the. You want me to use onboard members?
Yes, that's exactly what it's designed for. The bright side being, they'll never know.
Because they were never informed on this project.
With the tech we've given you, I expect promises. You'll find most of the board members in their offices preparing. Vina is also here, waiting for the meeting to start. We'll need at least 50% of the vote to go our way. In the event of a tie, I will make the final decision. I trust you'll get it done.
Alright, she paid me. Hooray. I get to work with her.
I've got my eye on you.
Hello.
I take it Masako wasn't as pleased to hear the SSNN broadcasts as she thought she'd be?
She never saw it coming. Her CEO days are finished. You seem very unhappy about the situation.
I'm willing to bet that unhappy is an understatement. Masako can hide seething rage with the best of them. And now she's going to have some serious regrets about holding this upcoming board meeting. Which brings me back to you. Masako wants us to acquire Infinity Ltd, which is obviously not on my list of things to do. I need you to persuade the board members otherwise, and make sure they're on our side when I move to vote Masako out.
The acquisition has benefits qualified employees' contracts.
You don't think I've weighed those possibilities? Actually, perhaps I was a little overzealous. Being able to pick and choose the talent as I see fit does have plenty of benefits. And I could hold the garnered good faith over Viv for years to come. All right, I'm convinced. But if this turns into a mistake, I'm holding you accountable. Just get the others on board. The internal neuroamp essentially guarantees success.
I'm already one step should be banned. I refuse to use it. You'll get the results here. I'm already one step ahead of you.
I figured as much. It's hard to resist the lure of having so much control over others. With Masako out of the way and the internal neuroamp finally ready for production, Ryujin Industries will be set for life. Or at least until I retire.
You said the guarantees I'm going to ban. It's too powerful. Aren't you concerned about all the internal neuroamp and how powerful it is?
Of course not. We have the means to keep a close eye on tech like this. And if need be, we can dictate exactly who receives one.
Alright, well, let's go. Guaranteed success.
And all you need to do is use it to get the board on the winning side.
Boom, boom, boom. Alright, so I need... So, internal amp, lobby board members. I don't understand. So everyone is already voting?
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
This meeting should prove to be very interesting. Especially after that bomb SSNN dropped in their last broadcast. I assume Masako briefed...
What the fuck? Everyone's already deciding. Sako wants to guarantee the votes go her way. It's told to make sure the board acquires. To ensure the votes acquire. She's trusting me and things that...
With that internal neuro app, no doubt. If it were up to me, I'd have shut down Project Dominion a long time ago. I knew it was a grave security risk, and look what happened.
It's essential for the future success. It has risks, but nothing you can't handle.
I suppose you're right. As long as I'm fully aware of the risks, I can properly account for them. My first priority will be to get the board and all security members set up with shielding as soon as possible. Plus, if we vote to acquire Infinity Ltd, we're about to add a significant workload onto my team. The last thing I want to deal with are any more incidents this new neuroamp might cause.
Acquisition is worth... the acquisition is worth the vote. I know your team can handle it.
I imagine we're looking at months of work. Infinity Ltd is obviously not known for their security. I only hope that Masako and the others will be patient with the process.
Alright, I know you believe him, but after all this, I think Alara is better. Fit to lead Ryujin after involvement with LTD.
I hardly believe such slander to be true, so yes. Masako's proven to be the best leader countless times. Ryujin's success matters to her, but so does the foundation that it's built upon.
Huh. To be a security risk at this point, Sako will recognize that it takes. That's what makes her a great CEO.
Perhaps one of the greatest Ryujin has yet to see. Let's just hope this case surrounding her is resolved quickly. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to make sure I'm prepared for this meeting.
Alright, let's talk to more members.
If only there were more hours in the day. If you need something, make it quick. I'd like to make sure my arguments are solid before this meeting.
I heard you're not a fan of acquiring LTD. I'm making sure my best interests are met. I'm just here to ensure it. I heard you're not a fan of acquiring LTD.
You heard correct. I've every reason to believe that Infinity Ltd is the Pandora's box of corporations.
Legal issues aside, the pros of acquiring LTD far outweigh the cons.
All right, I could use the entertainment. Tell me why Infinity is a good asset.
You know, the benefits of acquiring Infinity are greater than the disadvantages.
I'm finding myself unable to disagree. Huh.
Instantly.
Well, what do you know? I think you just convinced me. Talent like yours belongs in the courtroom.
Hell yeah. Would make handling any situation a breeze. I'd say it fits the bill. Would make any situation a breeze. Thoughts on the internal neuron?
Nice to know someone is. Everyone's too busy praising its completion to think about the dangers it could represent. First off, if I find out you used that device on me, I will tie you up in court on whatever charges I can conjure for the rest of your life. Second, that tech is one major human rights violation that no legal team wants to fight. I'll do whatever I can to make sure it's either severely delayed or collects dust in storage.
With proper legal guidance and applications, yep, I'm always going to use manipulation.
In an ideal situation, yes. And I suppose creating that ideal situation is within my power. Now you've made it sound like a proper challenge that I can't help but accept. Masako is lucky to have you at her disposal, you know? You may be the greatest asset, aside from the internal neuroamp, that Ryujin has.
Lara's the best. What do you think of Masako's involvement with LTD?
To put it bluntly, it's bullshit. This is way outside of Masako's capability. I've worked with that woman for over a decade. Even her more aggressive actions never came close to this. Besides, if she wanted to acquire Infinity Ltd, there are simpler ways to go about it. This exchange has been surprisingly insightful, but now I really do need to get back to my notes.
Alright, well, I convinced her mind. There's still 3 more to convince.
If operation starts to bore you, let me know. You'd make a perfect lab rat for the R&D team. And how's my favorite patient doing? Not seeing any temporal memory flashes or losing time, I hope.
I feel great. No side effects as far as I can tell.
That's great. I'd say Project Dominion is ready for legitimate human trials in that case. One step closer to seeing.
Am I not a
approval.
human?
Genevieve is going to be so excited. So, tell me what you think of the neuroamp.
Changes everything, Vina. You're gonna be famous. Just another useless thing, Rowling. Vina, this tech, no one should. You're going to be famous.
I'd be the next Ray DeCaris, my childhood hero and mentor. How amazing would that be? DeMarcus, eat your heart out. Don't tell him I said that. He knows I love and respect him. So the next question is, what will the fate of Infinity Ltd be?
If we acquire them, it will be fun to see how they try to recreate your work. You should vote against the acquiring. Do you have strong opinions against acquiring LTD?
I'd like to acquire them, although it won't break my heart if we don't. Faye may have stepped over a line in her attempt to replicate my work, but she's a brilliant engineer. I'm very curious to see what else she may have been working on and dig into her research.
Yep, let's sing how they work. What the hell is going on with the drone? It moved me. But yeah, it sounded like it was hitting the walls. Yeah, let's see how the LTD people work with the Ryujin people.
Exactly. Not that I want to gloat over it. Maybe just a little. Okay, so DeMarcus and I have really been looking forward to it, so fingers crossed this deal goes through. I know Masako will be pushing for the acquisition.
I trust Masako. Do you think Masako is going to be good for Ryujin's future?
Well, if she can make it through the current drama, I'd say she's more than prepared to handle anything that gets thrown at us in the future.
That Masako has obviously failed. I trust Masako to make the right
I
decision.
overheard the SSNN broadcast. It didn't sound good for her. But Masako's always fully supported my work, which is really all I ask. So until proven otherwise, I'm going to support her as well. Well, this has certainly been the most interesting conversation of my day. All we can do now is look forward to the meeting, right? See you in there.
Okay, I need 2 more members. Yo.
Don't tell me. Masako wants to make sure I'm still on her side after SSNN dropped this media bomb on us?
Maybe, that depends on whose side. I didn't realize there were sides to take.
In this business, there's always a side. Normally, I'd back Masako, but after this news, I have to revisit all my notes under a completely different light. Now that she's been tied to Lucas, buying up Infinity Ltd only reinforces the narrative. It's gonna be a hard sell to make this look good.
You're still helping the innocent workers. If anyone, you can make it look good. Reinforce the narrative. Yeah, how does that reinforce the narrative?
The public is going to see Masako as the grand orchestrator of this mess that Infinity Ltd is now in. They'll believe she duped Lucas into performing desperate, inhumane acts, so she could later frame him and tank the company. Buying Infinity Ltd provides the motive that everyone will be looking for.
Is there any benefit to acquire LTD?
Well, now? Nothing, really. We'd still be saving jobs, offering a sense of security, but all that will be lost when it comes to the public. All they'll see is a hawk swooping in for the kill.
We can do this.
Aren't you the flatterer? You're right, of course. I've certainly handled worse. Besides, I haven't had a good challenge like this in a while.
I know you really want to keep Ryujin in public's good graces. There are 2 things. Is the public all you actually care about? You got bigger things to think about than LTD when it comes to the future? Yeah, does she actually care about the public?
The consumer is our lifeblood, so capturing their wants and desires? Of course, it's all I care about. I'm sure I wouldn't be in this position today if it wasn't.
I'm actually here to discuss more than just LTD. There's 2 things to consider.
All right. I suppose you've earned the right to voice your opinion after everything you've done, qualified or not. So let's hear it.
Competition is more cutthroat. Aura needs a running. Who do you think is best qualified for Masako's place?
My preference? We hire from outside. Market the new leadership like a phoenix rising from the ashes. The public will love the idea that we burned the past and are looking at a new way forward.
I don't even know what she's looking at. Like, is she looking at the wall behind me? Like, it seems she looks at me for a little bit, looks behind the wall, and then, I don't know, maybe looks at my dick? I can't figure out what the hell she's looking at. Without investigate is a bad look for Ryujin loyalty.
You're not wrong. There's something to be said for loyalty and standing by your own. And well, if anyone can redeem her in the public's eyes, it's yours truly. Provided she's proven innocent, of course. And what's your second point to consider?
The research should be banned. Have you considered just how powerful the neuroamp is?
Of course, which is why I know it requires some very delicate handling. But unlike Alexis, I believe we can get the proper restrictions and regulations in place to have a marketable product. We do it every day with weapons we arm ourselves and our ships with.
It's a game changer, but needs strict guidance. We should be exploiting the neuroamp. Yep, strict guidance.
Don't I know it? I think Alexis and I are truly gonna have our work cut out for one another. We'll discuss security ramifications with Dalton, and I'm sure there are alterations, safety nets, if you will, that we'll need from Vina. It's sure to be quite the undertaking. Well, it seems your talents really do stretch beyond just being an operative. Good talk. Maybe I'll even consult you on future endeavors.
Okay, let's try and convince this last one.
You're looking interesting today.
Oh, fuck your mind.
Just the person I wanted to see. I want to get all the details locked down for this meeting, and I believe you to be one of the best sources available.
Happy to help you answer any questions you might. Good, I want to speak to you about the meeting as well. I think I'm hardly qualified to help board meeting decisions.
I don't care about your qualifications. I'm only interested in your opinions based on your first-hand experience. You've had the chance to encounter members of Infinity LTD throughout your assignments here. Do you think they're worth redemption? And why?
It's filled with incompetent workers. Taking them on is liability. Majority of those workers are innocent. They didn't know what was going on. I had contact with enough of them to know.
You can tell a lot by just looking at a workspace or simply observing a person in their business environment. Perhaps I mistakenly assumed that as an operative here, observation was a talent of yours.
Well, I don't know. Maybe I was secretly, like, bypassing everyone and not really even talking with people. And plus, I was also running away from everyone as I was firing my gun from probably like 10 feet away, not even looking.
Oh, I didn't mean in regards to Drexler's actions. More in the sense of, should a superior company like Ryujin make room for so many potentially lackluster employees?
We're getting employees on Infinity's cheaper salary numbers.
This is true. Infinity never had the financial resources to match our salary offers. Getting what few capable employees they have at half the salary we typically pay here could have major payoffs in the long run. Next question. What are your thoughts on SSNN's reports that Masako is allegedly connected to Lucas Drexler?
Must have been desperate to have stooped so low. I don't believe it. It feels out of character for her. I'd like to see some evidence first. Yeah, I'd like to see some evidence first.
A good, neutral answer. One that Alexis would be proud of. I find it difficult to believe that our CEO was truthfully involved in such endeavors. I look forward to seeing what Alexis can learn about the subject.
Guilty or not, someone like Uru was CEO this when there would happen. Masako shouldn't even be CEO. I agree. Why don't you think Masako is capable of this?
Oh, Masako is quite capable of doing this. But to put it bluntly, it's not her style. First, she'd never directly involve herself. We let others take the fall in this business. Second, it's too complex. Masako prefers elegant simplicity, which is why I admire her. Third, Masako isn't a killer and believes casualties are bad for business.
Man, like, I don't know if this would happen if I were to ever replay this and like try hard to get Ularu into the CEO position, but if I did and like these guys brought up all these points to me and I failed at trying to get Ularu as CEO, it would be interesting if they also turned on me and be like, man, he was fighting for Ularu super hard. I think we should like throw him out with her out of the company. That would be super interesting. After this entire situation, Masako shouldn't even be CEO anymore. I agree. Let's just hope Alexis can take care of it quickly.
I have faith Alexis and her team can resolve this quickly and quietly. At least as quietly as may be expected after SSNN announced it. I appreciate the insight. I suppose I should ask if there's anything I can do for you, considering how helpful you've been.
Tech is dangerous, should be banned. See it thing. What are your thoughts on the internal neuron?
It's the next big step for Ryujin Industries. Financially, it'll keep us secure for years to come. There's no doubt it's our future.
Nothing I could think of. See ya.
This has been rather enlightening for me. I appreciate the time.
Alright, let's talk to the final board member.
It's good to see you again.
Everyone's coming. Where are all the guards? Oh, I was like there. Come on.
Don't wander into any restricted areas.
So much work to do.
My bodyguard.
To start this meeting, let me just say that the SSNN allegations are completely false.
And you expect us to just believe that?
If they're false, how did this happen?
I'll be ordering a full investigation, but I have my suspicions, which I'll address once this meeting has concluded. Until then, I'm still CEO, and we'll be moving forward with this meeting to acquire Infinity Ltd.
Do you really think we want a potential criminal? One suspected of being the actual mole here, leading a crucial meeting like this? In fact, I propose we remove Masako as CEO altogether, and nominate myself to take her place.
You can't be serious. And you, I thought we had a deal.
Any arguments against?
Yes, on the fact that I'm innocent and completely capable of doing my job.
I literally put everyone working for Masako. Like, why'd she say we have a deal? I think we owe it to Masako to show a little loyalty here. I'll say nothing.
If we vote Masako out now, the public will think we're admitting her guilt without any investigation.
Yes, I find this motion to be hasty and ill-advised. Basing a critical decision off an SSNN broadcast is hardly wise.
Let's leave it up to the vote. All in favor?
It's gonna be so funny when everyone raises their hand.
You're kidding, right? I hope you're all aware of the huge mistake you're making by continuing to support Masako.
Enough.
Man, we couldn't even see the vote.
At least we all know where everyone stands. Now, let's get back to focusing on what we're actually here for. All those in favor of acquiring Infinity Ltd.
Aye.
Good. Alexis, start drawing up the necessary documentation. Anyone have anything else they'd like to bring up?
So I'm gonna bring up the neuro amp.
If there's nothing else, this meeting is concluded. I'll be following up with a few of you shortly.
Like, brother, I got everyone to vote for you. Nobody stood up for Ularu.
Hey there.
It was literally everyone working for her. Nobody brought up the internal neuroamp, so it means everyone was cool with it.
So, it looks like both Infinity Ltd. And Ularu learned a lesson the hard way. It's unfortunate about Imogene, but in our business, she wasn't the first, and certainly won't be the last. You've proven yourself to be quite the asset here at Ryujin.
If that's your answer, thank you. You're welcome. What will you do about Ularu?
I'll deal with Ularu, but the truth is business, and I'm wise enough to know she's best kept here. I'll have Dalton put additional securities in place, but she learned a very humbling lesson today. And now that she knows the board majority is behind me, there's little she'll be able to do. Especially since you've proven yourself to be a key asset that worked against her.
I hope that means I'll be getting a raise.
Lyndon and I already had that conversation, and yes, you will be getting an increase in wages from now on. I truly appreciate what you've done. No operative has held the future of this corporation in their hands like you did. I can imagine this wasn't quite the job you envisioned when Imogene first hired you. It's a lot of pressure for a new hire.
It was nothing. How often do employees plot against you personally?
Ularu was the first, but she won't be the last. It comes with the territory.
Man, if she was here for years and no one plotted against her as CEO, that's amazing, because from the sounds of it, it sounds like this happens quite often, that the executives are plotting against each other to take higher positions. I mean, even in the normal positions, I think they're plotting against each other to get higher. And so to hear that no one has done it for her, that's kind of amazing. It was nothing I'm not used to.
Imogene's instincts were right about you. It's a shame ours weren't right about her.
Did you really think you could trust Imogene? Ularu, one less chore to do.
I never would have expected to hear those two weren't on the same side. I'll need to launch an investigation to be certain, but I appreciate you bringing this to my attention. Now, as promised, I have your bonus. I hope you'll find it appropriate for all you've done. And I'm promoting you to senior operative. You've more than earned it.
Give me the details. You want to promote me even after I worked for Ularu?
You made the right choice in the end, didn't you? So yes, I'm promoting you. If it makes you feel better, think of it as incentive. The one thing I cannot deny is the advantage you bring to this corporation.
Yeah, I wish we could have like brought her out in front of everyone, exposed her, but it's like I made a dumb mistake of like siding with her, and so I had to like do like a bunch of the mission and be on her side. Like, I just really want to tell her in her face, I'm reporting you, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. Give me details on the new position.
With your new position, you now have an office with mission board access, and you're free to make your own hours. The mission board holds your assignments, and you can pick and choose to your strengths. Although, I may still have more specific assignments for you. Questions?
Where's my new office? What kind of assignments are these?
You've already experienced the majority of what we do in your early assignments. These will be no different, although I may have more personalized assignments for you later.
So I get my assignments from a machine now?
Yes, the mission board is far more efficient than dealing with someone in person. Plus, you can pick and choose from what's available.
Alright, where's my office?
You'll find your new office on the operations floor.
Alright, none, I'm good.
Good. You may get started at any time, but I suggest you familiarize yourself with the mission board before leaving. You've put in a lot of hard work here recently, so I understand if a vacation is in order. Just don't forget, you still have a job to come back to.
10,000, 8,400. I'm guessing 10,000 is the bonus I got. But yeah, that's interesting. Well, I guess this is officially done.
They know how to make a climb.
Examine the mission board. Let's see, lobby. Over designed. Activities. Achieve. Examine mission board. Let's go check out my office. I'm a senior operative now. Oh, so I wonder if Imogen is gonna come back. Damn, I should have also talked to what's her name. Hack trade. Sabotage Hope Tech. Damn, only 2,000. I'll go back to Hope Tech. I can do that.
Just waiting for more info.
But yeah, let me go and check, what's her name? I want to see what Ularu has to say. Executive Operations. What's she gonna have to say about everything that happened? Being like, you son of a bitch! You stopped my plotting. Damn, they literally have a guard on her.
Well, if it isn't the failure, I don't even want to discuss the impact of your shortcomings.
I don't know what happened. They were all in on it. I don't know. They were all in on it.
Dalton running interference, perhaps? I suppose it's possible. They can enjoy their little victory while it lasts. It's only a matter of time before Misako lets the competition run you over. And by then, I'll have recovered from this setback, just in time to pick up the pieces.
When that time comes, I'll be ready. Yeah, I'll be ready.
Please. You think I'd still want your help after your failure to pull off a measly little vote? Don't even get me started. I should be the one running this corporation.
Yeah, but
I've
you're
been
not.
earning it ever since the day I started here. 10 years from now, when Ryujin's being choked by competition, you'll all regret this. Now get out. I'm tired of you. How did I not see this coming?
Keep out of my way, and I'll keep out of yours.
Yeah, I like how they literally keep a guard on her now. So she can't do anything. That's kind of funny. But yeah, I tried to trick her and be like, yeah. She's like, I'm watching her now. Got guards, got everyone watching her. But alright, I think that's where I'll call it here for today. Yeah, man, we did quite a bit of stuff. I'm surprised, like, at the turn that this took. Damn, you can't steal these trophies or something? But yeah, I wasn't expecting the Ryujin mission to go like that. Like, the stealth mission was hard as balls, because I guess because my, like, stealth isn't high enough. It was, like, too hard for me to, like, try and get past. Because I swear, all the soldiers were looking out for me, even with this, like, armor that supposedly gives me, like, less detection. It's like, what the fuck? They still saw me. And even when I was, like, trying to be invisible and stuff, it really wasn't helping that much. But, yeah. Aside from that, like, the meeting, I mean, it was simple enough. As I said, I was going with Masako the entire time. Since I'm more of a good person, and Masako wasn't, like, going to have people killed or do anything like that, I sided with her. Although the only thing is, it's like, I guess because I failed her, that's the only reason she doesn't want to, like, hire me later to do anything. And now Masako's leader, I'm a senior operative, and I can do more missions now. But yeah, if you guys are enjoying Starfield, please make sure to follow me on all my social medias, like my Twitter, my Twitch, my YouTube, my D-Live, my TikTok, my Kick, Rumble, Odyssey, and Dailymotion. Make sure to check out my second YouTube channel, and like and comment on all my videos, and even join my Discord. There you can stay up to date with everything I choose to, where my streams, videos, or anything else. But yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.